This isn't alcohol, this is just mango juice in a wine glass because I couldn't find a normal glass. So today I'm going to be doing the most ever tag made by Connor Franta. Pretty much I'm gonna go down a list of items like, when were you the most awkward? Right now. And if you're wondering, the lighting is probably going to change throughout this video because I'm using natural lighting today. I'm going to be using this lovely window right here because I forgot my studio lights at my office. Good job, Edwin. Let's begin! So the most scared I've ever been was probably the time I almost died, and I fell asleep while driving. So I was coming home from celebrating Andrew and Patrick's birthday at their school in Pennsylvania. I was in the right lane, and then I must have shifted over more like towards like the sound wall, and I didn't realize it. I didn't wake up until I started hitting those little ridges on the road, those things that like are meant to wake you up if you fall asleep. But I didn't realize it until I passed over it, and then I was like this close from the sound wall. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna crash. So like I instinctively like swerved my car and back into the lane, and I didn't realize it, but a car was like right there. My first instinct was to not hit the wall. So yeah, I almost hit that car. Thank god he realized what was happening, and he went up right next to me, and then he did the whole like, are you okay? I'm like, yes, thank you so much. But I literally wanted to take 5 minutes and just cry because I almost died. And I was like, oh my god, this is happening. This one, like for this one, I try to be happy like every second of my life. But I guess in general when I'm like with my friends or family. The most sad I've ever been is probably leaving engineering school because I've never like given up on anything major. And so to give up on my initial major was a bit disappointing, but I'm also incredibly happy because fuck engineering. I need more of this. So the most proud I've ever been is probably this year. I won the New Jersey Press Foundation contest for #1 collegiate photojournalist in the state of New Jersey. So that was pretty cool. I kind of didn't expect it at all when we first entered all our stuff, my paper. I had no high hopes of placing, but then we were going down like the list of winners. I'm like, I'm not gonna win. There's so many photographers and there's so many good ones too. And then I saw my name on top and I was like, what the hell? So this one's probably a tie between from when I was like 10 and now. When I was 10, I used to do like a lot of crazy stuff. When I was on my way home on the bus, like from school, I'd used to like flash passersby, give them the finger. I'd be a horrible child. I used to throw stuff like out of the bus at people. That's how bad I was. And everyone thought I was a good kid. I don't know why. I was horrible. I would have beat the stuff out of me if I was my parent. I am not a good role model for kids. But I think I'm a lot more reckless now because in high school I was a pretty good kid. I didn't do that much. I didn't do anything. But now, I don't know. I'm just a burst of sunshine. I got a pocket full of sunshine. I got a I know. Most passionate though is probably during my term as associate photo editor. Like one situation, I was taking a photo for a cover of the paper, and I jumped a fence and onto a cliff that was like pretty high up. If you fell off, you'd roll down the cliff, and you would also hit the highway and most likely get run over by a car. And thank God I was with someone that night because I would not have been able to make it back over the fence. So I actually had to step on his back, and then he had to push me over because I'm short. Does that count as passion? I don't know. I don't really get sick unless you count allergies because when springtime comes, I'm like death. I'm like, do not talk to me. So the most tired I've ever been is probably when I did Rutgers University Dance Marathon. It's pretty much a 32 or 30 hour long event. You stay up all night long for an entire weekend, and you're dancing for these kids. They either have a form of cancer or a blood disease, and it's hands down, it was one of the most rewarding things I've ever done in my entire life, but it was also the most tiring because I know the night before I did not sleep well. I think by the time I got out, I was just ready. I was pumping adrenaline. I was just, And I forgot to tell you, you are not allowed to sit for the entire event. You always had to be like standing or doing something, and that part was not fun. Is this the face of someone who gets mad often? I got a pocket full of sunshine. Enough said. So some of you are gonna laugh, but the most excited I've ever been was probably when I went to go celebrate Andrew and Patrick's birthday at their school for the first time, like when we were in college. So I go to school in New Jersey and they go to school in Pennsylvania, and I just had this 3-month period where like I was planning with their girlfriends who go to school in Pennsylvania too, and with their family, and we're just like going back and forth and doing all these, like I was making a music video for them, and it was just fun coordinating with all these like significant people in their life and then seeing it all come together. And at one point I went incognito to their school, and their school is so small that I was really scared that I was gonna bump into them, so I wore like a scarf, a blonde wig, I think a hat, I'm not sure, and I actually bumped into them and they didn't recognize me, and I was like, oh my god. So when I popped in at their door, it was like a lot of fun. I brought balloons, the cake, the music video, all that type of stuff. And yeah, it was cute. So done. But yeah, that concludes the most ever tag. I don't know if I'm gonna tag anyone, I don't think so. But if you wanna do it, I tag you. But other than that, that's it for this week's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I make videos every Monday. And yeah, I hope you have a great week.